Okay, just
Yes.
making sure. Now for our listening audience, we have some of the members. They are joining us via Zoom, and we have Everell also there on Zoom. So, Everell, what do you have to say to our listening audience today?
Well, we're back. We're back, and it's been it's been spectacular. I mean, went you did a lot, came back feeling amazing, but we came back with a lot of work to do. So, yes. Well, you can see me more often now since we are back again. So yeah, that's all I gotta say. But hope everyone is doing great, and most of the team is here, and we're just waiting for the rest. But
Okay, so
yeah.
we can go ahead and we can actually allow each member who is here right now to introduce themselves to the public so the public knows who are the persons on the show today. Anyone can go first.
Hi, can you hear me?
Yeah, we can hear you. We can hear you.
Okay, just making sure. I'm Mike Shaw. Maybe may have seen me a bunch of times before. Um, I am a member of the team, second team robotics team this year, and I'm 17, and I'm currently in CFBC.
Okay, Mr. Shaw. Right, so Mr. Shaw is a student at CFBC. As a matter of fact, Mr. Shaw is not anyone new. You would have been a part of the previous robotics team, right? Yes,
Yep,
and the one
since
from
2020.
yeah 2020,
Yeah, and
2021, then
I've been in
2022.
some events by you guys,
Right, and we
like
have
Water
some.
Show.
Yeah, we have a few other
Yeah.
events like the capstone event that is held
Hmm.
at the Marriott. So you're not new. You're actually growing with the Robotics Association,
Yeah,
which
and
is
I'm glad to see it come up.
yeah, which is actually great. Once you grow with a thing, you actually take on that kind of mantra. So that's excellent. And it is not just you, but it is coming from Xavier Shaw, who is your
Yeah, I
brother,
remember from the
who
from the
actually was a
previous
part of it. So it seemed to be like the Robotics Association is actually taking the family, away, and
yeah,
everybody
absolutely.
growing
My
in.
mom's been pretty angry with me. She's even taken two of her sons away.
It's for a good cause. Good cause. All right.
Mhm.
Anyone else? Do we have some more people there? Can they hear us?
Good night,
Oh,
everyone. My name is Patrine Pereira. I've been here a few times as well, so my face is no stranger. I'm 18 now. 18 now. The last time I was here, I probably would have been 17, and I had the role of captain for this year's team and traveled to Switzerland with them.
which is awesome. Um, Katrina is not new. That's so true. But not only not new on this year team, but you'd have been on the previous team before.
Yep.
So that is actually, you know, is very meaningful. Yes, so we're going down the line.
Hello, can you hear me?
Yes, we can hear you.
Hello, how are you? My name is Lakshya Sharma. I was part of the St. Extremis robotics team for going to Geneva this year. I am currently 19. I was 18 just a few days ago, but yeah, I'm 19 now. What is it called? I am calling from Nevis, and before this I finished Nevis 6-1. So yeah.
Yeah. So we're here. All right. So welcome again, sir. All right.
Good
So
to
we
be
have
back.
one more person to introduce themselves.
Good night. My
Hi,
name is
I
Anthony.
Oh, we have. Okay, it's more than one. Okay, go ahead. Go ahead.
Okay, yeah, go ahead, Malika.
I am like still 18 as I left here. And I held the role of spokesperson when we traveled to Geneva.
Okay, nice.
All right, good night to everyone. I am Anthony Lee. I am currently 16-year-old, and this is my first year participating in the robotics challenge, and I was the team driver for this year.
Okay, I won't ask you as yet. How was the experience? We're not at that part as yet. I'm eager to ask that, but we're taking it slow, one step at a time. All right. Next.
There will be other people coming on the other half because
Yeah, I
it's
know.
too
But
much.
I thought I'm seeing Tao.
Oh, Tao. Oh,
That
Tao,
one
you
is
first.
Yeah, I could go.
Yeah.
Um, my name is Tawam Mawali. I'm 19. I was 19 when I left. Fortunately, I'm still 19. I was this year. I'm actually new to the team. I was in Geneva actually as a volunteer for the organization. On the team was more of like a mosquito. I was a nuisance. Um, but it's been fun. I learned a lot. Very grateful for the opportunities presented. So yeah, good night.
Yeah. All right. Anyone else is there that I can't see?
Yeah, there's somebody else. Somebody else is there, but they will be joining the other half because they need
Okay.
to
Okay.
go.
All right. Cool. So I think we have most. I think we had about 10 persons who actually traveled with us this year. I think this
Yes.
this would have been one of the largest group that we have ever had.
A lot
Which
of people were surprised about it as well.
right, and we have some really interesting experiences.
Yeah.
So we're gonna get in those, maybe in the second half. But before we go any further, I want to say thanks to the Ministry of Education. They stepped in and ensured that things happen. Thanks to the Prime Minister's office, we're able to meet a wonderful lady, the PS. I believe it's Hazel, Miss Hazel. She stepped in and she ensured that things worked out how it should worked out. Nevis, this year we went to Nevis and matter of fact, every year we would have gone to Nevis, but this year we met with Mrs. Claxton, right? And she is the PEO for education over there. And so we met with her and we sat and we discussed with her, what are our plans, what is the nature of this competition. And she was excited about the things that we would have done from 2017 come all the way up. And so she saw most of, what was being presented to her as a motivation for the young people in the not only in Nevis but in the federation, and so she jumped on board and make sure tickets were actually available for all the team members who are living in Nevis, and we want to thank her for being proactive in that regard. Understanding that, hey, this is very important. We need to get this done. She actually jumped on it and get it done. And so I want to shout out Nevis, the Ministry of Education in Nevis. You guys did an excellent job. And we have some other companies who actually cheered us on and also, ensure that, a few things happen here and there. So I want to shout out Ross University, CFBC, Deloitte. Oh, yes, and Best for Less. Best for Less. In town, they actually came on board and ensured that a number of things that we had to sort out were able to we get them done. So that is actually a great thing happening there. So this year we found that we had a lot of cooperation with different entities coming on board, want to find out what's going on, how things are happening. And so we actually want to say thanks to those people. I'm hoping that I'm not missing anybody, but if not, you'll hear it in the other show, which is actually coming up on the 22nd. Everell?
Week after next.
Yeah, week after next. So I want to thank everyone who actually participated to ensure that this event came off. So we left. I believe some members would have left on the 9th. You guys could
Yeah.
actually correct me. Is that so?
Some
Right?
left on the 9th and
Mm-hmm.
some left on the 8th.
And some left on the 8th, which is actually
Yeah.
you know good. And I think the nature of that was because um some team some team there were some members were traveling on a different flight, due to how the flights were actually organized. and so some would have left, 1 day earlier than the others, which was okay. All right. Then you have the the second group, which would have been the robotics team. They would have left on
Yes.
the 10th, right? Yeah,
Yes,
the
on the
10th.
10th.
All right, 10th, and we were able to, travel to Geneva. It was an interesting travel for me. Interesting travel. Some of you guys, I realize you guys had fun because you guys were taking photograph of people who were sleeping on the plane. But who is the culprit of that? Mr. Anthony, right? But anyway, we were able to reach Geneva safely. Everybody reached safely. We had a challenge with one of our member, which we had to work out some magic for him. So to make sure that he is present. I know he was sweating bullets, as they say. All right. Yeah. So we might hear a little bit about that. A little bit about that. As to how was the experience, and so forth. But overall, for the public, I just want to let you guys know that the team did an excellent job, and I want to give each of them, some time to say, what was the experience like for them, for you to understand the experience, because we actually travel halfway around the world to represent St. Kitts and Nevis, and St. Kitts and Nevis was represented extremely well, and I'm sure the members here can agree with me that it was a life-changing event. You've never seen nothing like that before. So, when I was saying to the team, hey, when you guys go there, you're going to see a total different thing. I'm sure some people probably didn't believe me, But now you're able to see what I was saying in reality. About 190 something countries meeting up together, in one place. And everyone, they have the same goal, the same vision. Their focus is on the same thing. Listen, it is something that cannot be replaced, and that is why we have to do this thing every single year, right? We have to ensure that young people actually present. But there's something significant that happened through the event. Brandon Powell from Nevis, all right, man of the hour, right? Brandon was selected as a judge at the event,
Big moves.
as what young people would say, top dog, right?
Top dog leaders.
So Brandon was selected as a judge. He was chosen as a judge, and that is because of his qualification. Brandon did the TVEM's IT program at the college, and so when they saw his credentials, that he has that kind of qualification, they instantly said, "Hey, what? We're gonna move up this guy." And so Brandon was selected as a judge to actually represent First Global. But we can't come here and not, big up St. Kitts and Nevis because he's from St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm just saying, right? So Brandon represented First Global as a judge. He wasn't biased to us. I'm just saying, right? Brandon did his job, right? But he actually fulfilled that role. We also had Hiten. Right, I will not attempt to call Hitten's last name because I know I'm going to rip that name apart, Lord Jesus. So I'm not going to attempt to call his last name. But Hitten was also selected I think he was selected as a field setter. I think that.
Yes.
Oh, Hitten is here. Oh my God,
Yep.
yeah, Hitten. Yes. So Hitten, what would have been your role?
I was field resetter, part of the field reset crew.
Okay, nice.
We worked closely together with the referees to organize the field each time the battle was finished, to pick up all the parts and get everything sorted out so that everything runs smoothly.
And that is actually great. That's really great because the reason why this is significant for St. Kitts and Nevis is that what I would have done since 2018 is that whenever First Global is requesting volunteers to participate, I always say to the previous team or members who are actually interested, hey, you guys need to apply. Make sure you apply, and I will send a letter along with it to make sure that St. Kitts and Nevis is actually not we're not only just a part of the competition, but we are also a part of the event itself. All right. So, it actually set us up really, really well. So Brandon would have been one of the judge. A number of judges would have actually been there. If I'm not mistaken, Brandon seemed like he was one of the youngest judge. I think most of the judges who I saw, they were more, they were older. He seemed to be one of the youngest judges. So that is actually a significance for St. Kitts and Nevis, right? Now, let me step back a bit. For the team itself, I think it's something wonderful for us to have a female as the team captain again. Right? So it is something to congratulate Petrina for still staying on board after last year. Last year would have been your first year, right, Petrina?
Yes.
Yeah, last year. And then you stayed on board, and because of your experience, we felt that it was important for you to be the team captain. Well, they voted for you to be the team captain, and so you did an excellent job. So more power to the ladies. Yes, clapping. I said, somebody, I need to get something to press, and pressing you get the sounds.
Applause button.
Yeah, you need to get those kind of things. All right.
Applause button.
They call it an applause button, but not only applause, with different sounds. You know what I'm saying? Get it more spicy.
Like a soundboard.
Yeah, like a soundboard. Yeah, something like that, right? So, big up to you, Petrina. This is going to be a lifelong thing here. It's going to be set for life. You would have been you have been always a part of the St. Kitts and Nevis Robotics Association. Not only a part, you were a captain. So that is a resume booster for you right there. Yeah. So that is actually an excellent thing. Xavier is not here. Xavier would have been one of the mentor that would have traveled. He's not here today, but Xavier did an excellent job. Now, Xavier would have been with the team from 2017, right? He's dedicated to the end, right? So Xavier would have been with the team from 2017. And I think I must give credit to you guys, because I would have been at the college, senior guys getting ready and getting everything organized. And for our listening audience and for those who are watching us on social media, these guys went beyond the call of duty, right? They were there until late, getting things organized, working on the robot, trying to figure out how something must work. Right, and if it's not working that way, we're gonna have to do it over again. And sometimes we come and we see the robot in one state, and you come back another day, it's in another state. And then we had, then they had cardboard boxes, screwed onto it because we didn't want to mess up the original stuff, just to test it out to make sure it's working, properly. So it was crazy.
It was wild.
Yeah, it was wild. It was wild, to get things, organized. Credit must also be given to Everell. So I think I have to give credit to Everell. Well, for our listening audience, Everell is the official host. I'm just taking up space until yes. All right. So after the show. So Everell would have, jumped into the engineering aspect of the robot. And I must give credit to you because you have done an excellent job. Knowing that.
Thank you very much.
Yeah, because knowing that you have never attended, an actual first global Olympic event, right? And you were given a task to actually see how you can come up with concepts and ideas, and you pull it off. Yeah, you pull it off. So that is something that deserves a round of applause. I'm sure somebody heard that. I don't have a soundboard, so yeah. All right, so Everell was able to pull it off to be one of the chief designer in ensuring that the robot is actually ready and it is functional. All right.
So call me the head of engineer. So
Yes, sir. Head of engineer. All right. The drivers, right? Anthony, Mr. Lee, stepped in. Anthony, As a matter of fact, I'm gonna give you guys the time in the next half to actually talk about it. This first half is for me to enjoy the moment, right? All right. So Anthony is a student at Convent High School. I have to say that because a lot of times when persons refer to the Sankis Nevis robotics team, it is assumed that it's a CFBC robotics team, right? So I just want to make it clear it's not a CFBC robotics team. It is a federal robotics team. So it represents the Federation of St. Kitts and Nevis. And so we send out an application for, any young people or any young adult who want to be a part of the process, so they can join and then we can go through the process. And so I feel wonderful to know that the high schools are also a part of this process. Now, a number of schools reached out to me when they got wind of what is going on with the team, but it was too late because we actually had to close off the application time and work with the team that we actually had. So I know a number of schools they wanted to be on the team, but we actually have a certain time frame that we have to stop. And so we actually cut off at a certain point. But Anthony, who was the driver of the team, Anthony did an excellent job of not only driving the robot on that day, but before. And that I think he deserved credit because Anthony was there 24/7 monitoring, trying, figuring out, what's the best way, how to get something work, and that kind of thing. And I think that is what education is about, people. All right? Education is about young people coming together, learning from each other, right? And St. Kitts and Nevis has proven that over and over that we are capable of doing such. And so, Anthony was able to pull that off. I think one of the significant thing about, Anthony's ability to pull off the driving is that normally you're given like a month to prepare in terms of driving. We didn't have a month. We had a few days, right? And so I think, as a matter of fact, I think the first time driving the robot fully, if my memory serves me right, is actually at the event.
Yeah, it was at the event.
Yeah.
It was at the
First
practice
match,
match.
the
That's
official first
You see what I'm saying? The first one actually
Yeah,
get
I
a
would
chance
love
to,
I
yeah,
would love to comment Anthony as this it was his first and he did not panic. And
Yeah, he did not panic at all. Like
No
he
panic.
was like on it
No
one
panic.
time.
He was great. Maybe he's in the head, but I can't tell because Anthony's the type of guy to like when he sets his mind and he focus on it, straight deal, blind set, nothing else.
yeah.
I really
Anthony
love
had
that.
a calm head. He actually held his ground and he was very calm about the entire thing. And I think that is what was unique about
It was
the process. Unique. You
because
always remain
everything
calm.
just
Yeah,
everything just
because
took one time when they just hop on it like, okay, let's do this communication, like just feel the robot one time. As we go on and practice, we just adjust a little bit until he get the groove of it. So he did a wonderful job when you know performing, and yeah, he came out great,
yeah,
honestly.
it
So
came up because at one
Truly,
point in
just a
time, I
proud father.
remember looking for the team, and I was saying, where are they? So I'm walking around looking to find out where they're, and I happened to walk over by the practice field, and that's where I saw Anthony and some of you guys, and I believe Malaika was there also, and they were there practicing drive. I'm like, cool. You see, cool. You see, I like whenever we actually understand the importance and the level of dedication is matched. So that was actually very, very good. So Anthony, I salute you, sir. You actually did an excellent job knowing that you have been to this thing for the very first time. I remember in 2017 when we were in the United States, the students who I brought to me, they actually panicked. They literally panicked at the first because imagine you have never seen 200 people, well, 200 countries, right, meeting up together in one space. And all these young people from all over the world for the first time. And the Constitutional Hall was not as big as the Pal Expo. I think it's Pal Expo is the name of the place. I think it's
Yep.
Pal
Yeah,
Expo. Right,
Palexpo.
right,
Yes, Palex 4.
right. So it wasn't that large. So, it was a lot of crowd. And so some of them panicked. But I realized that, you guys held your ground, right? You were focused, which is excellent. So I want to report to the public, who we are responsible for, that the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics team represented St. Kitts and Nevis well, extremely well, right? To the point where a little big up and shout out came out from First Global to me. So, First Global make sure they shout out, Dr. Neil, to make sure people know what is going on in St. Kitts and Nevis. I'm not sure if I can find that clip, but when I probably in the second half, I will find that clip and then we play that clip, because social media, I was told, was actually hot, right? We were, information was being posted 24/7 about the team, what is happening, the people who we are meeting, and a whole host of things that was actually happening. So that was actually cool. So this year, I do not want to say this would have been my best group going, because if I say that, then the group in 2021, 2020, 2020 is going to like, Mr. Neil is not taking some kind of side. No, I'm not taking side. But I think this competition was a different one. Let me say it, in that manner. It was a different approach. So I think the team did extremely well. Some persons who didn't like to talk, they actually came out of their shell, which is a good thing. Because I was saying, hey, you need to talk to people. Go and talk to people. So that was actually good. So we are now at 7:30. So what we're going to do, we're going to take a break, pay some bills, and we're going to get back, and we'll be continuing our discussion with the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics team.
Buying your medication is easy with City Drugstore's curbside pickup. WhatsApp our certified pharmacist at 662-8769 with your requests. For prescriptions, take a clear photograph and send for review. We will engage you in dialogue and then provide a quotation and link for payment. You can then pay via TDC's online payment portal. And once the transaction is complete, you'll be notified that your pickup is ready. Yes, it's that easy. Send your WhatsApp message to 662-8769 to order your medications today with City Drugstore's curbside pickup service.
Hey, how was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like, most of the old folks, they don't know. Yeah, I get what you're saying, bro. You know what I'm saying?
Today we're talking IT.
Yeah, okay, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
yeah, alright, ooh,
We're gonna keep it lively.
Okay.
Learning here is likely.
Hey.
When we're talking IT.
Hey.
IT.
yeah, hey,
Today we're talking IT.
know your computers, this for the viewers.
Today we're talking IT.
We attituders, we got the humor, yeah.
Today we're talking IT.
okay.
Learning here is likely.
Learning here is likely, so let's start IT.
Okay, we are back again. I like that intro song. That song was, I think it was written by Naeem. Naeem is also overseas now. See, I'm so proud of the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics members. They are so ambitious. So we have, Naeem, would have, wrote that song a few years ago when we just started. So I love that song. Maybe just for that reason, the fact that it was written by SKNRA members. Awesome. All right, so we are back here with the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics team who traveled to Geneva, Switzerland on the 9th of October. They represented St. Kitts as our robotics team at the robotics style Olympics. And so they did extremely well. So they're here to talk about their experiences. What was it like? I'm just remembering some things and laughing, and so forth. So I'm gonna, open the floor for them to have to say what was the experience like, or maybe I just call in a few persons, and and go down the line. Um, I'm gonna start with we have and some another member from Nevis. Yes, Miss Elliott is here in the house. Miss Elliott, just there, quiet, just the silent over there.
Good night.
Okay, Miss Elliott. All right. So we're gonna start from should I start? No, I'm not gonna start from Everell, is it? Because Everell is the host. So I'm gonna start from the team captain.
I'm last. I'm
Our
last.
team captain, Petrina, the honorable Petrina, who's here, who brought the team to Geneva, Switzerland. I'm sure it was the first time in Geneva, or maybe second, I don't know. But she's going to tell us some more about her experiences, what the competition was about, and perhaps some of her challenges and some of her great memories that she take away from it. Hand over to you, Petrina.
Okay, so good night again, everyone. Um, what I must first say about the entire trip and experience is it was mind blowing in terms of seeing almost 200 countries, experiencing different cultures, and the way each country had like diversity and how they represented themselves in terms of their costumes, their culture with them. So that was really great to
Okay, that
see.
was great. Okay, I'm not sure if I'm hearing Petrina.
Yeah, it looks like I
Okay,
think something happened to her
maybe
internet.
something
Yeah.
happened to
So
her
she's probably
internet.
still talking and she doesn't hopefully not.
The Wi-Fi ain't okay with that at all.
Yeah, maybe her Wi-Fi is down. So I guess we're gonna allow
Life support.
Fitch. We're gonna allow Fitchina rejoin us. I'm not certain. Okay, so we're gonna shift over. Once Petrina comes back, then we're going to jump to her. We're gonna go to Anthony, right? Anthony, who would have been the driver for the team. What was the experience like? What are some of the memories that you take away from this experience of a lifetime?
All right, so good night, everyone. It was a really good experience for my first time. I was very surprised to see a lot of countries, and it was a very great experience. Experiencing how robots are made, or how great other teams was, um, and culture of other teams was very amazing. What they wore, what they ate, and yeah, it was really good. Except London was very, very cold. Everybody was jumping up and down to the airport because it was extremely cold. But it was a really good experience.
AKA Caribbean. All right. So London was
Yeah.
extremely cold. Yeah, really, 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 really cold. All right. I'm gonna jump over to Madam Howell, Malika. What was the experience like? What do you want to share with the public?
Good night. My experience, like everyone else, was amazing. Being able to see almost 200 countries, culture right there at your fingertips is like, it's quite a humbling experience as well. Coming from a small island, being able to compete with some huge countries and even beating some of those large countries. Yeah, overall, a great experience.
Okay, nice. Nice, nice, nice. Yeah, I think at one point in time, um, uh, Malaika was shocked when she realized that we were, I think, beat what, the UK or something like that. She was like shocked. She was like, "Is this really happening?" Yes, it's happening. Yes, it's happening. Yeah, yeah, it was happening. So can you imagine in 2017 when we traveled for the first time and we were beating so many countries, we were like, wait, this is really happening for you? So it was the same shocking experience. So yeah. All right, Mr. Shaw, and Mr. Shaw would have been programmer, part engineer, part
And
everything.
human set, yeah.
So, what would you like to say to the public, about your experience?
I have a lot to say actually. Um, so this would have been my first time actually coming out of Higgins and Davis, and that's you were not kidding about how this would be like worlds is changing. I was going past England and to Switzerland. Oh, it was real nice. And to say that small Saint Kitts, us really going up there, thinking that would not be known and stuff like that. And oh yeah, it reminds me of remember the guy who saw like I remember something happened to the bot and we needed to fix some stuff. I remember being sent to by the hospital there and
Right.
they would give to spare some parts and stuff. And I saw a dude, a nice fellow, nice elderly dude, a nice elderly guy. And I saw a hat with a robot. A
Right.
robot that's familiar.
Oh,
Sergeant used to be here. I'm trying to remember the guy name. I think it was Bob.
Yeah, Bob.
Red something. Bob. And
Hmm.
and that hat was like from since what? You guys came.
2017,
You guys
yes.
from 2017. I was like so surprised. He's still worried, and I remember asking, "Hey, Team Thinkers name is here," and he's like, "Oh, Team Thinkers." I was like, "What?" So so the fact that we have a member who is a judge, we have another person who's been there since 2017, working the event that loves Hinkins and Nevis behind the scene, and then you, Dr. Neil, I think you're the only one. I'm not telling anyone, but you got a picture with the founder as well, and him knowing you as well was really a sight to behold. I it was really world changing, and seeing the technology in Switzerland, and seeing that you trying to bring all this stuff to St. Kitts as well was really nice.
Yeah. When you guys came to me, I think it was you who came to me and said, I saw this guy over by the robotics clinic. So for those who are
Yeah,
wondering
it's
what is the robotics clinic? So the robotics clinic would be a section at the event where, if you want parts for your robot, or you want to change a part, or you want to, cut something and so forth, you go over there and do it. So when Michael went over there, he saw this guy with a cap on his head. And on the cap, right at the middle, at the front, we you had our logo, our robot logo right there, right? And he had that cap since 2017, right? So it was a testament, of the St. Kitts and Nevis robotics team. So if you guys didn't believe me, well, that time believe me. So we actually made a mark from that time to the point where that man kept that cap, right? He held on to it. He even said to me that the cap is very comfortable, so you have to keep it. It came from St. Kitts and Nevis, so he's gonna hold on to this cap, right? When Michael came and told me that the guy had this cap, I had to walk over. I had to go and look.
yeah. I literally bring you over. I
Yeah, I
was
had to
like,
go and
I
see because
really
I'm like,
have to see it.
what? That man kept that thing for so long, right? And he held on to it. That mean it made a tremendous impression on him, and he was excited about whatever he was doing. But he keeps on talking about St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Kitts and Nevis, St. Kitts and Nevis, which was awesome. I literally almost forget about that, right? So that was
I
actually
remember
good.
it dearly to have.
Yes, so that was actually excellent. Let me go down the line. Um, Laksh, I hope, am I pronouncing the name correctly? No.
Lakshay.
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 Yes.
Lakshay.
Yes.
It sounds like it's French. No, I feel my French coming
I
on.
can never get him hanged with my name.
I feel my fake French coming on. Lakshay.
Oh,
Okay.
here we go again.
There we go.
All right. For those of you who are wondering what we're talking about, when we're in Geneva, we were trying to talk French. Even though we didn't know French, but we were there, making up our own French word, and people they were laughing. So yeah,
Oui, oui.
it was crazy.
Oui.
It was crazy.
We had everyone following us.
Yeah, everyone, even those who actually spoke French.
Yeah,
Even those who
it was
spoke French, they were following us. I was like, what? All right. So yes, sir. Tell us about your experience. What was the experience like?
Well, it's been a very amazing journey, I would have to say myself, even though I had many troubles. For example, when we were actually leaving from St. Nevis, we got to Antigua.
Hmm.
And what happened was according to my visa and something I maybe not have read up, I
Right.
was not allowed to go to Britain quite as quickly with the team, so I had to stay back. But Dr. Neil was like, it's okay, don't worry, we'll get you settled. So I was like, I didn't know who to call at that moment, and I just called my mom. I was like, Mom, I'm in Antigua. Just yeah. So I had to stay at the airport until like 4 a.m. And then when I got to the place, I was so worried about getting to Geneva in the first place. I didn't sleep for another like until the next afternoon. Like, and it was really hectic at that time. I was really worried that I was not going to be able to make it after putting so much excitement and effort into going to Geneva. But I got to go. Dr. Neil like somehow find a flight plan. Thankful to him. He found me a flight plan where I went from I think Miami to Geneva, Miami to England to Geneva, and because of him, I got to go there, and it's been genuinely a great experience. And even while coming back, I got to visit my bucket list country, my second favorite country, which is Spain. I
Okay,
love
great.
Spain. I love everything about Spain, and I got to go through Spain, all because of Dr. Neil. So it's been a great experience. But what's called at Geneva, during the competition, I got to meet many teams. It was just like it was amazing seeing so many countries just being in one place. And when we were all waving the flag when it was the opening ceremony, I got there like literally when I arrived in Geneva. I left the hotel and got to Geneva. I mean, like to the Palexpo, and I got there for the opening ceremony, and there were so many flags, and I was so excited that all my tiredness from the flight it just got away, and I was just super excited to just get back in it again. So it was a great experience there. I was the coordinator for the driver, and what is it called? It was like I was supposed to be a secondary driver, but I was the coordinator driver. But it was a great experience, honestly. So yeah, it was awesome.
Yeah, it was actually great. You know what? I actually saw a clip. I'm not sure if you guys saw the clip, right?
Yeah.
There's this official video where all the countries are walking out with the flag, and and when they call on Saint Kitts and Nevis, I'm not sure if Petrina didn't hear or something, but I saw you say go 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 go, like you were
Yeah.
saying go go go, right? So
What happened was even everybody at Nevis like who was cheering me on, like it's like everybody who saw that video, right? There's like
right.
we laughed when we saw you say go go.
Yeah, yeah, because I was actually watching that. I was like, okay, yeah, so this is a man who celebrates Saint Kitts and Nevis, right?
I'm
So
proud
that
to say
was actually awesome. That was actually
It's
great.
really crazy how you just gave it exact. You made it
I
exactly
made it
when we're about to
No,
directly
start the
it's
on
opening.
the
no,
day.
it's surprised. I was like, where
Literally
that dude come
about to
from? Hold
start.
up.
I was like, wait,
I caught it.
what?
I left the I got as soon as I got in the hotel, I changed into my this shirt that I'm wearing right now, one we got from Geneva. I changed into the shirt, got a taxi. I was like, I spoke to the lady in French because I did French, and I was like, please take me to Palexpo, and she was like, okay, got it. So it was a great experience, honestly. I
Yeah,
thank not only my teammates for making it a great experience by making many jokes while at the hotel and at the place, but honestly, thanks to like you, especially Dr. Neil, for the opportunity through SKNRA to get me there. So yeah,
yeah,
it was
sure, and
really fun.
yeah.
Taking pictures of you especially.
Oh, you need to send me those photos, sir. Yeah.
I did send you them. You
Oh, you
didn't
sent me
look
that.
through.
Oh, okay. I need to check them. Okay, okay. So it's me. As a matter of fact, I knew. Okay, you see, I knew I would have found a way to ensure that you're actually there. It is said that once there's a will, there's a way, and we have
Exactly.
no intention to leave no one behind, right?
No man
Um,
left behind. Yeah.
yes. So, there were some challenges at the airport, and so we had to, figure out how to get him back, get him to Geneva. I know you were worried. I know you're in that place sweating, wondering what's gonna happen, but St. Kitts and
It
Nevis
worked
is a
out.
blessed place. So
Exactly.
we're able to work it out.
Yeah. And honestly, Dr. Neil, even traveling by myself, it was a really good experience. Like, because I usually like traveling on flights because I love flights. I want to go into aviation, so I love flying by myself. It was a great experience, especially going to Spain. So
Well, as a matter of fact, we were actually watching you while you're on the plane. You were questioning the um the pilots, asking them all kind of questions, which which was good. I mean, which was good. Once you're given a particular opportunity, and you want to operate within that field, and you see persons who are in that field functioning, why not ask them questions? Right? Ask them
the
questions. What's going on, and ask them even about things that you would have actually hear or read about.
I agree. Yeah,
So
definitely.
that was great. All right, so let me switch down to Hiten. No, let me switch to Miss Elliott. How was your experience?
My experience was good. It was super fun, and I had a lot of a lot of fun. I laughed a lot.
Yeah, I could have seen it. Yeah.
Um, um,
Too much.
the competition. I like to watch them because everyone was so ready. Everyone was into it and calm. Um, I loved when we were partnering with the other countries because they like everybody was just doing what they were supposed to do. And,
Everybody was just
there's no
focused.
better way to there's no better way to explain it. I love when we were on the bus and we brought our Think It's a Nevis vibes.
Oh yes, when I was playing football, yes, 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 yes,
Yes,
people, I was playing football, and it was at that moment
Really,
I
we had a
found
whole
out that Miss
match.
Elliott could play football, and then some people were surprised because they were like, "Miss Anil, you're too old."
Yeah.
Hello, I can play
Some of
football.
them had to question
I'm
their
just
age,
saying.
Dr. Neil.
Yeah, they begin to question my age. Wonder if I'm 100. Yeah, I'm
Yes,
still
but
100, but I
Yeah,
yeah.
can play football. Yeah, just saying.
I'm traveler.
but
we have
my favorite part was when we were in London and we were freezing. Like when we were coming back,
That was lit.
like it was just
That was lit.
like when
I
the
don't know why
numbers.
y'all was scared
You
about.
get, I don't know about you guys, but that was my first time getting out of the think it's climate. And
I was feeling-
oh,
I love London.
Okay,
I
so,
felt like that the breeze was splashing across my face.
so it was the first time for Michael leaving St. Kitts and Nevis. So
Yes.
so that experience
Oh my
was
gosh.
one to actually remember forever.
remember.
Yeah.
Crazy part about it is how I still have a video of everybody bawling when they was in London or how cold it was. I think it was 12 degrees.
It
Yeah,
was
12
crazy.
degrees.
It was.
I
And
feel as though that video
all
should
you
never see the
bawling.
light of
was.
day.
I
I, I,
honestly
I
could
think we
not
need to
imagine.
I
possibly
agree,
get that
Malika.
video out.
I can tell you, it was amazing in London, and they were bawling. I was just enjoying the cold. I was fucking love it.
we love the cold. We love the cold.
Ever?
Exactly.
Let's not. Let's not
Let's go.
ever.
I could start on that. I could start.
About
I could start.
about 3 buses passes, and every time one pass, we run into the
Oh
bus and we all
yes,
must
I
be
forgot
Yeah,
that
y'all
traumatic
running.
experience.
Y'all running. I did not run. I was walking. I was walking to the bus, enjoying my music with the
Okay, FL.
coolness. Y'all had gloves and y'all were balling still.
Okay, FL.
Y'all were
FL,
balling
it's
still.
okay. It's okay.
Y'all balling still.
All right, guys. So let me hear from Tao. As a matter of fact, you see, Tao being a part of the process was actually very important, because Tao represented, I think, he represented the robotics group very, very well. And let me tell you what I picked out of it. The fact that you were coming to the lab and you were more eager to learn and see what is happening, and you were into it. I think that is what I took away from it. The fact that you were into the process and you wanted to know and you wanted to be a part of it, even if you had struggles doing a little thing, you still wanted to know a part of it, wanted to know what's going on, how does this work, and that is what was significant for me. So I don't want to take up you guys' time. I'm just saying because I've had my half already. So yeah, just start.
That. It was kind of the same thing in Geneva. I mean, me and Hinton had a bit of a different experience because we were volunteers. So a
Right.
lot of it was more like work. Like we were actually working sometimes from 8 in the morning until 8 in the night. But it was very beautiful. It was a beautiful experience because as a pit runner, I was working directly with all of these hundreds of teams that you were talking about. So in doing that, I met like so many people. I mean, I was working with great people as well, but I met so many kids that were like very inspiring to me. I mean, they're a lot younger than me and they're like 10 times smarter, and they're very humble, and they tell you about their cultures and their stories. And it was very, you know, I loved it. It was probably like the best month of my life, like October, I think. Just because it was very challenging, but even like you were mentioning in the lab, even just not knowing certain things but being open to learning them, especially because even on this team and in Geneva, everybody's very kind. Everybody wants you to learn. Nobody's hostile. I didn't have any bad experience with anyone. Uh, it also made me realize I need to learn a second language. Everybody talks another language there, and I can only speak English.
Yeah,
Um,
I agree with that. I agree with that. I agree that everyone should learn a second language. I was talking
yeah.
to a lady at the airport, and she was like, "Why you only speak English?" I'm like, I need to learn a language." Anyway, that's another story for another day.
Ah.
Uh, all right, so I wanna, yes, earlier I did I did mention Hiten being a volunteer. I did mention Brandon, but I did not mention Tao. Why? Because in my mind, I'm seeing Tao as one of the competing members, right? So yeah, so Tao was actually selected as one of the volunteer members again. Another person from St. Kitts and Nevis volunteering at the first global Olympics, right? All right, so I'm gonna shift to Everell. What was the experience like, sir?
All right, it's me now. Okay, so it was amazing. It was great. It was my first time going on that side of the world, and everything was new to me. Honestly, it was a great experience to feel the cold weather, what I was balling for to meet, because I couldn't stand the heat. I finally get to experience that climate. And for the experience of the event, it was generally amazing, especially working with other country, example like Canada, because we had a slight issue with some of our stuff getting stuck in London. RIP my toolkit, but it is what it is. But
Forget about that.
uh,
Okay.
but yeah, it was amazing working with the members. Although it was fun, but even though we're there, we're still on the grind. Sometimes some of the members had to stay up just to edit, fix up, repair, continue doing work. So it was at no time of a little like joking matters, but we still have our fun in the end. So all I'm gonna say, it's an amazing place to visit, but it's just too expensive, sadly. But it was great.
Really too
Honestly,
expensive.
it was great. It will well. Oof, why it was a lot. It was too much, but we performed well. We did well, and we come back victorious. As we always say, we come back better than ever. Like it was spectacular. Ain't that right,
Back.
Anime? Iron Man. I gotta keep on saying it.
All right. Did I ask Hiten his experience? We have so many persons
No,
here.
not yet.
Okay, so Hiten would be, yes. Hiten is the last person. Yes, yes, Hiten.
Hmm.
What was the experience like? Was it something that you were expecting? You have about 2 minutes, sir, or a minute and a half.
Wait, could you repeat the question? The second
What
half
was
of
the
it.
experience like? Was it something that you were expecting?
Yeah, kind of, but it was very like, how do you say, amplified. You know,
Okay, okay.
was brought to life. Yeah, yeah. So I was working as a volunteer. We were like, as a volunteer, it was really like family. Everybody was just close, and we worked closely together. We had like a swell time, met like so many people from other countries. and it was really great working with them. We met a lot of people, like uh lead singer of the Black Eyed Peas was there.
Hmm.
I don't know y'all know that, but he was there. I didn't get to speak to him, but yeah, yeah, a lot of high profile individuals funding the event, and it was really interesting to meet them and talk to them, and also Switzerland was very, very fun, also very informative and educational.
Yeah, thank you very much, Hiten, for that. Yes, I do concur with Hiten. It was an excellent event, very excellent. I wish we have more time to talk about some more things that occurred,
Yeah,
the fun moments
because
also.
Yeah,
'Cause it
all
was
the
it's been a
small
awesome,
lot.
things, you know,
right?
It was a
So
lot of
much,
fun,
so
and
in the
there's
much.
so much
small
stuff
time
to
frame.
say.
Right,
Yeah,
Yeah.
awesome. Singing on the streets,
Oh
enjoying time. Yeah,
yeah,
a number of
the
things. I'm
whole
just
dance
saying.
off.
Yeah, a number
That
of
was that
things.
was
Some
crazy.
people
the and
forget. So,
the sleep deprivation. Oh my
Z-Box.
right.
gosh.
So it was crazy. So,
Y'all
um,
remember Z-Box?
Ziba, I forget about that.
Z-Box.
All right. So, yeah, we actually had a lot of fun, competing and so forth. So we are actually grateful for First Global to actually ensure that the team is invited every single year to actually participate and being a part of this life-changing event. There are persons here who have never traveled before, and this was the first time. And so that experience alone is something that you guys are going to have forever. All right. Everell, any last words? It's now 8 o'clock on the dot.
Whoa!
You have a
As I
few
said,
seconds.
okay. So as I said, it has been amazing. It's great. Thanks for watching us, and hope everything is going well. And keep on moving and keep it to 100, and never give up on your dreams.
Okay, thank you very much, Everett. I want to say thanks to our listening audience. We actually will we'll be going on a tour, let me call it a tour, right? Going to different, groups to talk about the experience that we have. So listen out. You're gonna hear some more about what happened. Hear about
Story time.
our status, position in the Caribbean, and so forth. I got some email from First Global, so that is good. So thanks again for listening, audience. Thanks to TDC. Thanks to all our sponsors. Thanks to the ministries. Thanks to the Ministry of Tourism. Thanks to everyone to actually ensuring that this happened. At this time, I say thank you very much. This is Dr. Ricardo Neal, your host for today. We are out.
Peace out.
Hey, how was your day? Glad you could join us today. We got it with no time to play, with no time to wait, so we're gonna keep up the pace. Hey, most likely, y'all don't know about IT. I mean, like most of the old folks, they don't know. Yeah,